Thanks for tuning in to our seller interview series. Up to date, we've got an Amazon FBA business for sale in the arts and crafts niche. Created in October 2015, this business makes $4,635 per month in net profit, and the listing number for this business is 40817. Now, we do these interviews to give potential buyers more information about both the seller and the sites they're looking to purchase. We hope these insights are helpful for you in making a buying decision. We've got the seller with us today to go through the business and cover everything from niche selection to traffic and monetization. Thanks for coming on, Evgeny.
Hi, hello. Thank you for having me here.
Before we dive into the questions, just a quick summary. As I mentioned, it was built in October 2015. Has a monthly revenue of $11,963, expenses $7,327 for that total net profit of $4,635, and that is an 11-month average. With the sale of the business, supplier and freight forwarder information will be included, as well as the website, domain, and site, raw and finished product imagery, as well as the current FBA inventory and a new Canadian channel that the business is currently expanding into. So with all that said, my first question for you is, can you tell us a little bit about your background in running and building online businesses? Is this kind of your first one, or have you done many?
Actually, this is my first Amazon business, but I live in Israel and my business a consultant, always looking for some kind of passive income. So I tried eBay for many years, and then I tried day trading, like stocks trading, and then I came to Amazon FBA, and this is my first good business that I'm expanding right now.
That's awesome, man. How did you come up with the idea to start this? Was it like, were you doing keyword research? You found a market for this, or is it just a product you were like really interested in?
Actually, I took it very seriously, and I signed up for a really good course, and I was just following their system, and I'm expanding my knowledge, and this is how I found the product, the first one.
Awesome. And, for someone that is brand new to online businesses and maybe has no real idea what Amazon FBA is, could you just briefly explain it, maybe in a couple sentences, of what that is, how it makes money?
Okay, first of all, it's very interesting and satisfying field. But the business model is that you're going to an existing market in US and find some kind of product that you can improve with a relatively low competition. Then you go to China, find a supplier, make the improvement, make your branding, and then you send the inventory to FBA and start to promote the product.
Yeah, exactly. So you get the product, sourced it, then you go to the Amazon warehouse, and they handle pretty much all the customers and all the logistics and customer support for the most part on sending your product out. You said this is your first business, as Amazon FBA business has been going really well for you as far as fairly hands off. Why are you selling the business? Why not keep it and grow it?
Actually, I need the money to reinvest in a new business I'm working on with my brother. We are developing some kind of e-commerce business that will involve Amazon and FBA as well and the other channels. So I'm looking for cash to invest in this business, in the new project.
Awesome. So you're going to take the capital you get from this business and reinvest it into this new one?
Yep, exactly.
Excellent. The business, when you first built it, what was the trajectory of it? Did you find you were getting clients or customers coming in kind of right out of the gate when live on Amazon? Or did that take a while to build up?
Actually, I started to be profitable after 1 month.
That's great.
The inventory landed on October 10, 2015. The inventory landed on Amazon and listing became alive. And I think the first payment of November was profitable. It's a small profit, but still.
That's awesome.
So I believe in business, you don't need to wait to profit. You can profit just from the beginning. So
yeah, I agree.
This was the plan.
That's awesome. Now, what did you do in this business that maybe one lesson you're going to take from this business and apply it to the new business, something that just worked really well for you?
You need to always educate yourself, and you need to improve the existing. Actually, all of my traffic for this product comes from organic ranking. Most of the main keywords are on the first page. So we do a little bit of PPC, but we always improve the listing and the content. And when the client searches for our product, we are in the first results.
That's awesome. So that kind of answers another question I had about where your traffic is coming from. But is there anything that you have done that didn't work? Something you were like, oh man, I wish I really hadn't done that?
You always try and learn. I don't regret nothing I did because the things that didn't work for me, I don't do them anymore. But if I won't do it, I don't know now if it was working or not. We did a little bit giveaways that now if I'll do it differently. But there is not something specific that I know I regret about it.
Excellent. So we mentioned the traffic. What about the earnings? Is there any kind of seasonality with this product, or do you find that it's pretty even month over month?
It's pretty even months of the month. There's small peaks in the summer, and there is a great peak during the holiday seasons like all the sellers have, but the product is pretty stable. It's not a seasonal one.
Great. If we were going to pretend that you were going to keep this business and let's say you wanted to grow it, what would be the least risky path you'd focus on to grow this business?
Least risky. First of all, I think we should add more products, and then we need to get traffic outside of Amazon, like social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, bloggers. There's nothing been done in that direction yet, but those are the growing opportunities as I see them. And one thing to mention, we're selling in Canada for the past 4 months. This is doing great. It's really a nice market. There is no competition there. We're getting like 5, 6, 7 sales a day, but the advertising cost is like $2.50 per day, so it's ridiculous.
That's awesome.
It's awesome, really.
Would you do anything different? Let's say if you were incredibly risky and just wanted to grow the business as quickly as possible, or would you still focus on those other channels you just mentioned?
Channels and products, and more products.
Great. So what is the biggest risk, in your opinion, in a business like this that a buyer should be aware of?
Like every business, competition, it's a risk, okay, but it's like in online and offline risks. You must comply to Amazon's terms of service and not do silly stuff. And personally, I'd like to add that as passive as that income it is, you need to invest a little bit time and maintain it. So those are the risks, I think.
That's a good segue into my next question, which is what kind of work are you doing to maintain this business? Like maybe on a weekly or a monthly basis, could you just describe like what kind of workload you have for those?
On a daily basis, I'm checking the sales, the ranking. With the smartphone, you can do it like whatever you like. Let's say it's about 15, 20 minutes. And on a weekly basis, you need to tweak PPC, check inventory, sales stats, let's say an hour or 2 hours. That's approximately it.
So you're also doing Amazon PPC campaigns?
Yeah, of course. This is how you learn about your keywords and you get a little bit traffic. The PPC generates approximately 15 to 20% of the sales, so it's worth it.
Definitely, absolutely. Someone that's looking to buy this business, would you tell them that they should have a certain skill or requirement before purchasing this business, especially if they're not familiar with the niche?
You need to know, or at least be ready to learn Amazon FBA on some kind of level to know what you're doing. And you need to be nice, you need to be communicative, to respond fast to customers, to have a great customer service. It's like answering a mail 1 and 2 days, do it fast. There's nothing, it's not like you need to answer 10, 15 emails every day. It's once in a while, but you do it good and fast, and this is what you have to do.
Excellent. Moving into some wrap-up questions here, would you be willing to sign a non-compete with the buyer?
Of course.
And how much support would you be willing to offer that buyer?
I think 2 months of emails and phone or Skype calls as required will be no problem.
Excellent. Obviously, the best case scenario here for both you and Empire Flippers is someone comes in and buys at full list price. But would you at all be open to a split or earn-out scenario? Say like, hey, look, I'll give you 80% up front and then the remaining 20% after this 2 months of training, something along those lines?
Actually, it depends on the offer. As I mentioned earlier, I need the cash to develop the business with my brother, but it depends on the offer. I will definitely consider it.
Right. They're always very case-by-case basis, right? Before I ask you my final question here, which is my quote-unquote hot seat question here, I just want to remind everyone out there listening in a quick summary of the business. It was built in October 2015, has a monthly revenue of $11,963. Expenses are sitting at $7,327 for a total net profit of $4,635. And that is over an 11-month average. With the sale, the supplier and freight forwarder information will be included, as well as the website, domain, and site. raw and finished product imagery, and the current FBA inventory. And as mentioned at the top of the show, the new Canadian channel that launched just recently. So what is your best pitch in 30 seconds or less on why someone should purchase this business?
All right. So first of all, it's pretty passive. It's a pretty passive and stable business that sells in Canada, as you mentioned. It's pretty easy to learn and maintain, but you have to maintain it at some kind of level. And you have a growth potential. You can add more products in the niche and, expand to other channels or social media traffic. And it's great business.
It's awesome. That's one of the nice things about Amazon FBA for sure is once you get it going, once it's actually on the Amazon site, it can be pretty hands off. Like you mentioned, just every other day, maybe check the email and make sure there's nothing pending from a customer's question or something along those lines. But I think that's a great answer. For people out there watching this on YouTube and want more information, the link will be below the video that would take you to the marketplace listing. Now, if you're watching this on the listing page and you want more information, if you become a depositor today, all you have to do is click the button, make a deposit, and you'll be given everything you need to review this business. So thank you so much for coming on, man. It was an absolute pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.